Hey, happy Wednesday. I thought it was going to be like a bright sunny day today because that sunset last night. It was so pretty, and I hope that you got a chance to see it or wherever you are. I don't even know. I only have 45 subscribers, and I got mad love for all y'all. Thank you. I know sometimes my videos are, weird. I have quirky sense of humor. I'm kind of all over the place like squirrel. But I know that in life, we need laughter, we need happiness, and we need unity, we need togetherness, we need compassion, empathy, like all of these things, which all of these things feel like they are tossed out the window now for some reason. Like it's as if nobody believes in any of these things anymore, which it's kind of very sad because they're very fundamental to the way that the world works. That's just my thought. These are my Lightworker Oracle cards because I know right now there's such a huge, there's a lot going on Earth, like with energies and people, and like there's wars, and I don't mean like physical wars, I mean mental wars and going on in people. I am one of them, you know. I'll never be ashamed or embarrassed to say that I have things going on in my life. I like to show when I have bad times, good times, crazy times, fun times. I like to put that all out there because I know that we're humans and we experience every emotion. But the problem is a lot of people shut down emotions because they think that they're not supposed to show those, or they're not supposed to feel those or share those. And you know what? That's wrong. When I have an upset moment and I share something on social media, I personally believe that it helps somebody else become very open to share their story. If they're having a hard time, perhaps they feel like they can't speak to somebody or something of the sort, I like to be the person to show you, you know what? If you're going through mucky times, you can talk about it. If you're going through happy times, you can talk about it. Because they're all things that they're part of life. And more and more over lifetimes, we get shut down with emotions, especially when we're trying to, like, if it's a bad emotion or sad and negative feeling, and you try to talk to people about it, and people don't want to hear it. They're like, just stop, you'll get over it, things get better, blah, 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 blah. But that's sweeping it under the rug, and it's not actually addressing the problem or helping the problem. People are supposed to communicate, to work with one another. And somewhere along the line, that ended up lost. Somewhere along the line, it ended up, don't talk about your problems because nobody wants to talk about them. Don't show your vulnerability when you're upset or sad because you're showing the world that you're weak. I'll tell you, my honest belief is somebody who is not afraid to cry in front of whoever, somebody who is not afraid to actually release their emotions, that's strength. That's strength because they're showing you there's emotions involved. But at the end of it all, if you think about it, you get to watch these people and you can watch them go from how they're down and in a rut, and then you watch them talk about it, you watch them get help, you watch them ask for advice, and then you watch them flourish, and then you watch them heal themselves, and then you watch them bloom. It's a system, it's a circle, it's a whole, it's a process. And for anybody to ever shut you out when you're feeling emotional, they're not meant for you. If you're having a time when you're very, very upset and you're trying to reach out to a person and they shut you out and they tell you that you're just being whatever, erratic or something, no. No, you're not. You have feelings, and your feelings are very, very important. Maybe not to that person, no, but to you they are. And to you, it is important for me to tell you that when you're feeling that way and you want to cry and you want to release it, do that. Do that, please, for yourself. Because if you don't do that, when you hold that stuff in and when you keep it to yourself and you suppress all of these emotions, what happens to you? What happens? You get sick. You end up with mental illnesses. You end up with just like your throat gets closed off and sore because you're not using your throat chakra. It is not a sin to cry. It is not. It is in fact healthy. It is in fact very healthy. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I don't even know where all that just came from. But it came. And now I read the card. Just know that your feelings matter. No matter what. Find the right person to open up to. Then you'll realize that your feelings matter. Card number 32. Divine Grace of the Law of Efficiency. Sorry, efficiency. I've been listening to things that I've been talking about effective, but anyway, this is beautiful. It is time your life became easier. It is time for you to walk the way of divine grace with trust, simplicity, and acceptance. You do not have to try to make things happen. You can gracefully act without attachment and trust that all will be as it is meant to be. Surrender your struggles now as you allow life to serve you with love and kindness. This is the most efficient use of your energy and will lead to the best results. I love it already. I'm just checking the time on my thing. I gotta really clear out my camera phone, my album. The law of efficiency encourages us to work smarter rather than always working harder. It is like learning to allow a wave to carry you to shore rather than swimming the entire way with your own efforts alone, or even against the current, which would make the journey even harder. It is like planting a seed at the right time so nature will help it bloom in the spring, rather than planting it during the dead of winter when it takes a lot of effort to keep it alive. And even then it may not survive. This is the intelligence of the law of efficiency and divine grace at work. To hitch your wagon to the universe in this way, you need to learn to listen. This means tuning out into what feels right or wrong at any given time. Sometimes you will want to push forward, yet your intuitive knowing will guide you to rest. Sometimes you will want to hide from a challenge, and yet you know in your bones it is time to step up and shine with boldness, despite the fear you may feel. The universe has a sense of natural flow, cycles, and timing that assures us that it supports every dream we dare to dream, and that everyone can come to fruition in due course, and may not look exactly as you expect. But if you have set in motion with desire and intention, karmic law will ensure that it finds expression. For this to happen in the most loving, graceful, and easy way, you must learn to hear, feel, and sense the currents of life and work with them rather than push against them. This is about common sense, allowing yourself to be helped, not making things more difficult for yourself than they need to be. Imagine that you have a chance to share a feeling of love in a room full of receptive people. The time is right. They are open, and your efforts create the maximum effect for love success. Or you could expend the same amount of time and energy by arguing with one disinterested person in an attempt to get them to understand and receive your love, even though they actually have no interest in doing so. They just wish to have their own point of view and for you to agree with that. One is working with the law of efficiency and the other is working against the tide of life. It is not bad to choose the harder way sometimes. It can be a great learning experience, but you are being encouraged with this oracle to explore the easier and more graceful way more often, especially at this time in your life, because there is a helping hand, a natural wave of energy in life that is going to be able to support your rising spirit and manifesting something truly beautiful and special in the world. The law of efficiency is also sometimes known as the path of least resistance, We must find the strength that comes from letting go and trusting that the universe knows what it is doing. It takes spiritual maturity to code wisdom greater than your own immediate understanding. Then you are surfing the wave rather than swimming against the current. How efficient to work with life and its cycles rather than believing you must struggle and strain to be heard, loved, rewarded, and inspired. You have the maturity within you. Trust now. Trust that all will come in time. That's chills. Here's the invocation. I call upon the loving grace and master intelligence of the universe through the law of efficiency and the path of least resistance. Please bless and guide me now in all ways for maximum success, joy, and divinely inspired fulfillment. May my efforts be wise and surrendered, powerful and efficient. May all beings be assisted through divine mercy to discover the path of grace and divine efficiency through my own free will, unconditional love, and divine grace. So be it. Sorry, I sped it up because my time is running out on my camera. But that is so true. You have to just come within and just go with the flow. Work harder, not smarter. I got mad love for all y'all. I'll see you again another day.